I guess the first question I have for you is what's your earliest memory involving music?
Ooh, good question. My earliest memory will be my parents playing some Michael Jackson for me.
Wow.
So that was like back in the day. They were very into Michael Jackson and the Beach Boys, so they will be playing that all the time around the house. So I think that's pretty much the earliest I remember.
You're originally from Venezuela, is that correct?
So born in Boston, but I grew up in Venezuela. Yes.
Okay. So are you American or did you have Venezuelan blood or well, how
Yeah,
did that
yeah. So that's a very good question. So my family is from Italy,
Wow.
and they escaped World War II and went to Venezuela. But then I grew up down there, but I was born in Boston, so all over the place. So I have citizenship, American and Venezuelan.
That's incredible. And your parents are originally from Italy.
My family, yes,
So you got
my family,
Italian, you got Venezuelan, you got American.
absolutely, absolutely. And I'm working on getting the Italian passport as
So
well.
this
On
is
a
like
green.
Pokemon for you, man. You're just collecting passports,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, lots to talk about, man. I found that interesting. I was like, okay, he's got an Italian name, he's got Venezuelan background. I was also born in the Boston area, so we have that in
See?
common. Um, yeah, I grew up in a city called Brockton. I'm sure you're
Oh,
familiar
I
with
know
it.
Brockton.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. All right, so yeah,
So,
I'm curious what the music scene is like in Boston nowadays in 2024. Tell me about that.
so yeah, but a bunch of venues have shut down. Unfortunately, I think the rising prices on rent has made an impact in that sense. And so it's so like now the ones that we still have, we gotta value them and not take them for granted. Uh, that said, everything's like a cycle, and musicians like to reinvent themselves, and they find out ways. I know. There's like this venue that's like sort of secret society thing going on that they make shows and they don't tell you where they are, but it's secretly in Boston in a basement.
Yep.
So you gotta like ask the friend of the friend of the friend for the address type thing, which I find kind of cool. I always love that type of like movement, you know?
So when I last lived in the area, it was before the advent of social media, and it was very similar. Like the only way you would know about a show is if you went into the newspaper or happened to hear it on the radio. If the radio station that you listened to was one of the sponsors for the show, otherwise you wouldn't know. So yeah, I
Yeah.
can. It's kind of funny that it's still sort of that way there, even with social media
But
around.
it's gone through cycles because around 10-year plus back, there were those like basement shows, and then they kind of disappeared. And because now like actual venues are shutting down, those basement shows are popping up again.
And I remember the basement shows from the '90s. I'll keep it real.
Oh,
I saw Godsmack at a basement show in Boston
no
back in those days.
way!
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. Let's see. I saw Godsmack, Alien Ant Farm, Nonpoint, Stained.
Really?
Is the Avalon still around?
No, no, no. That's gone long time ago.
Oh man,
Long
that's
time.
sad. That's sad.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a great venue.